workouts?
I mean, we're looking great. I mean, this is probably one of the best teams we've probably had in the past few years. We're coming off a 9-3 season that we kind of let some people down on. We probably had a chance to go a lot farther than we did if we would have took care of business early in the year, but that's not how things go. And we kind of we've changed our motives this past season, and I feel like we're coming in not only better, but a lot mentally tougher, and our leadership's gotten probably a lot better.
And when you say motives, what were your guys' motives that you guys changed going into this offseason?
I feel like not giving up when things get hard. I feel like we kind of in the past, whenever we start getting down on ourselves and we like fall behind a touchdown or two, we kind of gave up on ourselves and not only just our teammates. And I feel like this past year we've kind of decided that that's not what we're going to do, and we got to counter more often than trying to just do everything ourselves.
You think you guys have bonded and gelled a little more after going through such a good regular season and then losing just a step or two away from the championship game?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like ever since my freshman year, we saw how far you really could end up taking things when you had good leadership. And this past few years, I would have said we had bad leadership. It's just we were so dependent on just someone else making the play or someone else stepping up to say something. Or so I feel like this group of guys, we've kind of decided that if they're not going to do it, then I'll do it, and then I'll make someone else come and do it. And that's just kind of what kind of flipped in our program and what our coaches have tried to instill in us instead of just getting onto each other more and just trying to bring everyone up together and bond more, like you say.
And Cash, you talk about Kiefer football with so much pride. We can just tell from how serious you are about growing and the next level for your team. But what does Kiefer football mean to you?
Man, I mean, it's honestly like all I know at this point. I feel like just how much we preach brotherhood and loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Honestly, it's just I really I really want to prove a lot of people wrong about Kiefer because I feel like people in the area they think of Kiefer just as like if you go to
And Cash, you talk about Kiefer football with so much pride. We can just tell from how serious you are about growing and the next level for your team. But what does Kiefer football mean to you?
man, I mean, it's honestly like all I know at this point. I feel like just how much we preach brotherhood and loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Honestly, it's just I really I really want to prove a lot of people wrong about Kiefer because I feel like people in the area they think of Kiefer just as like if you go to Kiefer you don't care about football. That's what people. That's what's in. Honestly, I don't. I'm motive.
And I
And
mean, I know
it's
about
just
Kiefer football. And Jamin, you know about Kiefer football. But Cash is just going to help put it on the map more is what he's trying to tell us. Jamin, what do you think about two-way, like we were talking about, and I got to talk about Cash yesterday a little bit about two-way football and how rigorous it is. How do you think it's going to be this year? Kiefer's going to be in the mix and a few other schools as well.
I think it's going to be highly competitive. You can see when people get caught up in the hype with classes and they think that means everything, but it's a lot of good football and it's a lot of good players. So I think it's going to be good, and I think we're going to see a new champion.
And Cash, we were talking about yesterday, all the movement going around high school football. You guys got 6 guys in from Bigsby's, which you told me yesterday. How are they being implemented into the brotherhood that you preach so much about and you take so much pride in?
man. I mean, we got some real hard workers. I'd say like these dudes. They can play football, but they also they came in and they know what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. And like one of the new guys who came in is named Tyler Schmitz. Man, that's my guy already. Like I know I can count on that guy for anything already. Just and I've only known him for about 3 months almost. So it's like the things they preach at Bixby, it's kind of similar to what we try to do at Kiefer. And I mean, Kiefer is like a lot smaller than Bixby, but it's just they come they come over from Bixby and they talk about how they want to be more closer to each other because at Bixby, since it's so large, it's kind of just it's either you win and you're the guy, or you're just a nobody on the team. And I feel like at Kiefer, if you don't play, you still have a role on the team, either if it's in practice or on kickoff or just those other places on the field, like that. No matter where you're at, you're going to contribute somehow, some way, and that's something that I feel like they understand and they know that they can come in and do.
But coming from such a successful program, do you think those guys have just motivated you any more or made you more confident in how good this team can be this year?
Yeah, they basically do because they all they know kind of is winning and getting a ring every year. And I feel like that kind of can come in and help out our program in a way. I mean, they tell us some things that they learned in the past, and it's just like some of it is like a little bit of jabs that those bigger schools have on the little schools, talking about how you go there and you don't care about football. And it's like that's the stuff that I kind of fuels me, and I feel like it fuels other people in the team. Like we can do it too. We can go win those games. We can go win the championships if we really come together.
And Cash, I'm gonna switch the topic. I want to talk more about you in Texas State and your commitment there. For people that don't know, Cash is committed to Texas State, not for quarterback, for tight end. Cash, tell us a little bit about how you transitioned from quarterback to tight end in the last year that we talked about, like we talked about yesterday.
I mean, I'm an athlete that I'm very versatile, and I know I can do a lot of field and a lot of things off the field. And my one goal was kind of just making it there to a Division I program and playing, like living out my football dreams. And I knew that probably wasn't going to happen if I wanted to play quarterback. And so I kind of this past few months I've kind of tried to transition away from quarterback, not in high school, but just for the future. So going out and running routes, catching a lot. I feel like I've tried to improve on that skill, and I mean, I just want to be out there, man. I want to be in that experience. If I had to play tight end, that's what I was going to do. So that was the big thing for me, I'd say.
And just talk about the pride that you have being able to play at the next level, at the Division I level, and just be a leader for what Kiefer could be and maybe change the narrative.
Man, it's a lot of weight, I'd say, but I'm confident that I know that I can carry that weight and prove to people that it's a deserved thing. Like, I mean, I put a lot of effort and a lot of heart into this, and the community that they see it now, but they didn't see it those years before. And I just want people to know that, yeah, it takes time to get there, but if you don't believe in yourself, then it doesn't matter what you believe in if you don't know you can do it in your mind.
And what do you think all the little kids at Kiefer think when they see you guys play? Because you guys are changing the standard. You're changing the standard. You're going to Texas State to play football. So how do you think you leave an impact on those little kids that are going to come through the football program?
Man, I mean, I'm hoping they can see what we stand for, and that we can that we kind of come together, and like that Kiefer football is a real deal, and that like I want them to be in the hallways talking about, oh yeah, when I'm in high school I could be just like them, or I want them to see our success and also see themselves in those shoes, kind of, and just because I remember when I was a kid at Kiefer, I mean I remember my freshman year watching us almost go to the state championship, and I want those kids to see that and be like, okay, if they almost did it then, and then they come do it now, where's that us in 3 or 4 years? So that's what kind of I hope I'm trying to put out there.
And just more of a college question. The reality of playing at the next level isn't always what players envision with you changing your position. What advice would you give other players when they have this opportunity and how they should embrace it?
It's hard. I mean, there was a lot of times I was really thinking like this might not go the way I want it to, but I can't give up. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do is they don't get the looks or they don't get the recruitment they want, and they kind of slowly give up on it. But you just gotta really want it. Like I mean, there was nights I'd be up until midnight texting coaches on Twitter, emailing coaches, just trying to get that one shot. And I feel like once you once you understand that that's what it takes, it becomes more of a game. Honestly, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going out and just calling coaches, being like, "Hey, this is I could be in that program," or and that's the part that really stuck out to me.
Well, I think that's really cool because you don't hear many kids out there advocating for themselves like you probably had to more back in the day without social media, right? Or having someone advocate for you. And Cash, I want to continue on Texas State. You told me you're leaving early, you're enrolling early, probably late December, early January, right? So when you first get on that campus in St. Marcos, what do you want to accomplish during your freshman year?
Uh, I want to travel. I mean, with that, I want to try to contribute in some way. If that's on kickoff, that's on punt. I mean, I kind of just want to do anything to be out there on that field, and I know that if I really work for it, that those coaches down there they'll see the work. They're great guys. I mean, I know I fit in there well. Those are like some people I can see myself being at my wedding in 10 years just because the bond I already have with them at this moment, and it's just I know that in the future, like that's not gonna be something I regret is coming down there.
In Texas State, well, you're a three-star recruit, and they're starting to get a lot of more highly touted players. Just talk about how unique of an opportunity it is for you to step in and be there now when things are changing down there.
Dude, I mean it's surreal. I mean, like before I'd say Texas State been very known in Texas. I feel like it was kind of just a brush off. And I feel like this 2027 like class is like the most loaded talent we Texas State's gonna have. I mean, got their highest recruit out of Texas, Dalen Gordon, Kane Price from Arkansas, number one quarterback in Arkansas. Like, where I think this class is really gonna turn some heads, and then move into the Pac-12. It kind of changes how people are gonna view Texas State, and I believe that after this group is done and it's all said and done, I feel like they're going to be one of those top programs in Texas.
And how do you feel about going to the Pac-12? You know, with all the new teams coming in, you still got Washington State in the Pac-12. But how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's crazy. Like playing Boise State at 9:30 at night. I mean, on the blue turf. Like that's something that like when I was a kid, I was like always wished I could do. And like now that I've accomplished it, it's something like it's something I never believed that would happen. It's insane, and I'm so ready for it. I'm ready to take on those West Coast teams and just conquer. I feel like.
Is Boise on your guys' schedule? Because upcoming when you get on campus, is Boise on your schedule that year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to play on the blue turf too. It reminds me of playing college football, so you got me excited to play on the blue turf. But no, Cash, that is something to look forward to. And I want to go back to your senior year at Kiefer before we keep fast forward into next year. But what's some goals you got for your personal goals you got for yourself at your senior year at Kiefer?
I want to try to break some records. I'm trying to most single season touchdown records. I'm going to try to beat that. I want to have the best record in school history. I want to not. It's not a personal. I I wouldn't even say my personal goals are my thing. I mean, I want my team to be successful because it doesn't matter how successful I am if we only play 12 games. So I feel like my goals and ambitions for the season were just to be go as far as we can, and if I break records doing it, then that's how it goes. But uh, I'm more on how far can this team go rather than how far I can go.
And tell us about some of the guys you've played with for a while at Kiefer and that are entering your senior year, all of you entering your senior year, that you think will just help the team win.
It's a crazy one, but our fullback, man, we got a real deal fullback. I mean, we're a run heavy team and we run behind our fullback a lot, and that like he knows our playbook almost as better as me. I mean, he knows what's happening on every play. We got some great receivers. We got two from Bixby. We got two returning from last season, and then our defense is stacked. We got a great D lineman, KJ Bowers, a great linebacker core with Tyler Schmitz and Doug Crowder, and then we got a 4-year starter on defense and offense at Lucas Boyles that we really starting to turn some heads. And then we got a safety with some the offers right now, and it's going to be a special one.
They got a lot of positions filled up. Is what it sounds like. Kiefer, a lot. I didn't realize some of the kids from Bigsby were both receivers. So and
oh yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Oklahoma City. Oh, my fault, Cash. What you about to say? Go right ahead.
I mean, yeah, the receivers we got some most are juniors. So I mean, the class under me, they're still loaded. They're going to be even better. But like, just dudes that can go up and get the ball. I mean, this dude from Bixby, Brody Pate, he like 6'3", 6'4", 4'6", 4'5" guy. Like, he's gonna turn some heads in 2A.
He's a big boy receiver, 6'4", 6'5". Okay, that's a tall tandem. You're 6'6", you're throwing to a 6'5". Receivers like throwing alley oops in basketball. But Oklahoma City, we're talking to Cash Worley, Kiefer, and the Texas State commit here live on Super Radio. I'm with Jamin Dawson. And Cash, this is going to be my last question for you. Or I got two questions for you. I'm not going to make this last question. What's it like playing for your dad, Coach Worley?
I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, it's the hardest thing, but it's also the most giving thing. I mean, you have a bad practice, you got to go home to it. You have a bad game, you go home to it. But he's my number one supporter. I mean, I wouldn't be a 3-star committed to Texas State without him. I mean, he pushed me harder than anyone on the field, and I mean, I try to have a better legacy than him. He was a baller at foil, so I mean, I'm just trying to be better than him, honestly, at this point.
And for me, my last question would be, it's a unique opportunity to change your position and you still have time, your senior year left before you have to go. Just talk about some of the advantages you'll have going to tight end and knowing what you know being a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just being able to read a defense, it will bring a lot of advantages at the next level. And I feel like being my size and being able to move how I believe I can, and will really help out in the future, and just finding those open spots in the defense and beating dudes that are smaller than me. Just I feel like that's something I can position myself in and be a lot better than someone else.
And Cash, is my last question. Who motivates you, and why do they motivate you? In life and football, both, but in life primarily.
Man, I feel like my family's probably my number one thing, is to prove to them that I can do it, and then also like the people that didn't really see myself where I am now. I mean, just to prove those people that they didn't think I would ever come close to this, that I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna be more than what you didn't think I could do.
Well, Cash, you're proving all the doubters wrong and all the haters wrong, and you're gonna go live your dreams. But I'm very, very interested to see how you guys at Kiefer do this year, and I'm gonna keep my eye on you guys. Cash, I want to thank you for coming on, and Jamin, you got anything to say before we tell Cash peace?
Man, just best of luck to you and Kiefer this season, man. Just continue to be the leader you are. Embrace every moment because that senior year goes fast.
And one more thing,
Yes,
Cash.
sir. Thank you.
If you ever need anything from us, don't be afraid to reach out. It's your family now, so
Yes, sir.
reach
Thank
out.
you, guys.
No,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Hey, have a good night, guys.
You too.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Cash Worley of Kiefer, the quarterback, and the Texas State tight end commit. Great kid.
Absolutely agree.
I forgot my fault, Jamin. What were you about to say?
Nah, I was just going to agree with you, honestly.
No, yeah. I was about to add this. I should have said this when he's on here. I hope he's still listening or watching. You guys know he works at his church all summer, being handyman, fixing stuff, AC. I called him yesterday, and he was repairing something inside. He was happy he wasn't outside like we're talking about the heat. But he's a good kid, though. That's why I wanted to mention that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have Bryson Brown on next, the broken arrow defensive back, committed to Oklahoma State. And we'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Super Radio. I'm Miles Perry. I'm here with Jamin Dawson at the Super Command Center. Excuse me. Lordy, Miles. We just had a great interview with Cash Worley. And we're about to bring on the Oklahoma State commit, Broken Arrow, 4-star defensive back, Bryson Brown. And okay, what's up, Bryce?
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
I'm gonna pass to Jamin. Jamin, you want to kick us off with my guy Bryson?
Let's do it. First of all, pleasure to have you on, bro. Appreciate you setting that time apart to chop it up with us, bro. My first question is, yes, I noticed you changed your jersey number. So tell us the significance from going from number 2 to number 9.
So originally I was number 9 growing up all through my way of football. 8th grade year is when it came to an end. And that was just due to, it was like a player that was already on the team already. I was originally a QB, and, it was just like that was the leader of the team. So, me joining a new team, you got to respect the rules and things like that. And, it didn't stop anything. So I had to choose number 2. And, I just looked at it as, Deion Sanders and other players like that have repped the number 2, coming on when he was in college and things like that. So, I wore number 2. And, it's been a good ride wearing it. And then, got the chance to talk to my head coach my senior year. And, Broken Arrow was the first school that I started from when I moved down to Oklahoma. And he, gave me the chance to go back at number 9. And, if you really think about it, my cousin Robert Spear Jennings had number 9, and, things like that. Miles Slusher had number 9 at Broken Arrow. So, definitely it's a big part wearing the back number 9 again. But, definitely a true blessing from Coach Hill from accepting me to wear number 9 again.
See, it's a small world, Jamin. I didn't know he was cousins. RJ, that's my guy.
Yes, sir.
No, yeah.
Sir.
So I went when I was at OU. He was playing OU. So yeah. But
oh, yeah.
Small world. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
I know you're looking forward to watching playing the league this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Still is not my favorite team, but I'm definitely gonna watch them though for sure. Definitely.
Bryce, I want to talk about you coming to O State, the other side of the the Bedlam rivalry. Since we were just talking about OU for a little bit, what ultimately made you choose the Pokes?
Just the opportunity that they gave out for me. You know what I mean? Most people, I feel like, there's nothing wrong with choosing big schools, but that's just the opportunity that they really had. And, I had plenty of opportunities to go to, but I chose Oklahoma State because just the coaching staff. And if you really look at, they were at our American League, the coaching staff at our American League, and look at them, man. There was one game again to make it to the national playoffs. You know what I mean? That's big time, especially at a American League, going against, competing against the best. You know what I mean? So definitely I see them with better and stronger talent. I feel like they're gonna do great things at OSU. And just the communication and what they bring to the table for me, it was definitely great. And definitely made me choose my mind on where I really want to go. And, it was just a blessing from God. And, God had planned for me to stay home, so I took a chance.
And we talked about the coach staff, Coach Moore's bringing in a lot of guys from North Texas. So that was the most influence you had on considering OSU more, or was it kind of proximity? Because Stillwater's not too far from where you are.
No, sir, it's not. Definitely, like I said, just the staff, the communication, and just give me the opportunity to play. And if you really look at it, I have a better chance at playing. You know what I mean? So you definitely, I think every kid's dream, yes, it's cool to have the big school name and things like that. But man, you want to be able to play at a freshman. You know what I mean? You don't want to the eligibility is losing now. Now it's going by fast. So now you got 4 to 5 years, man. That's it, and the college year goes by fast. So you got to really look at it, man. I want every opportunity I can to showcase myself why I should be in the NFL and be in the league.
Well, I'm glad he kind of talked about that a little bit, Jamin, about how he can go somewhere he can play immediately. Because a lot of kids, I feel like, get caught in I got a blue blood off or something, go to OU. But I like how Bryson's like, I'm gonna go play. And they want me to come play.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
Bryce, I want to talk about Broken Arrow football. How do you feel about this upcoming season and your guys out there, BA?
Feel great. Feel great. Feel great, man. Words can't even define how great I feel for this season, man. Definitely want to end it off on a good note. You know what I mean? Definitely we went out strong last year, came short, semifinals against the number one team, and they were ranked number one in the nation. So, you gotta give them their props, man. Can't just sit up there and talk about them. Like, Bigsby's still Bigsby, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, can't wait to see him again, showcase who we really are, man. It was just the foundation last year. We just building it up. Now this year, man, I feel like we got the weapons, we got everything we need to go out and do what we do, but it all comes from mindset. I feel like the working we've been putting in this summer it's been words can't even define how we've been working. You know what I mean? So I feel like everybody got a chip on their shoulder, and I feel like this year we're going out with a bang, and hopefully we get a ring.
Just talk a little bit about the differences from Broken Arrow and Owasso, where you moved from.
I just feel like the brotherhood at Broken Arrow is definitely been good. Owasso was still good for me. They definitely gave me the chance when they didn't have to give me the chance my sophomore year. It was other athletes that could have been in front of me, but that just comes from me putting my head down and work. And I mean, my freshman year, I was doing 2 practices. I was going from my freshman practice to varsity practice 24/7. So that just put a chip on my shoulder, man. Just especially like sitting for a 4-quarter game and you sitting on the sideline, watching other people play, and you want to be out there. You know what I mean? You want the love, you want to be the fan favorite and things like that. So it came from me just working, and I just feel like at Broken Arrow was just the opportunity, and just the brotherhood and the familyhood, man. You just never know who you gonna run into and get closer with. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's been great. Of course, the coaches are still gonna push you harder to your max. But at the end of the day, I really feel like it's all love at the end of the day.
Bryce, I want to ask you this. You're fast as all get out. You run a 10-8 in the 100-meter dash. For ladies and gentlemen that didn't know that, Bryson is fast. He runs track too.
Yes,
so we know it's not just football speed, what we were talking about earlier. And I know you play a lot in the back end on defense. You can play nickel, you can play corner, safety. What are they going to have you play at OSU?
At OSU, they'll probably have me playing nickel and safety.
And what do you like playing more out of those positions, nickel or safety?
Well, I mean, originally this year they're gonna have me playing corner. I like the corner position. I definitely feel like that's definitely good. That's where I really kind of started at. My dad been training me at that corner position for a really long time. So I really feel like that's just the position that I can really understand stronger. I feel like the safety position too. I played a season at that, and I understand that really good. I just feel like nickel just brings both of those. So if I just have to kind of choose it'd be kind of really safety at the point. You know what I mean? Just if I choose at a nickel and safety, it'd be safety. But the nickel position too as well, I like that because you get to come down and still get to play as a corner and get to fit in the box and things like that.
And watching your film, I mean, the physicality jumps off immediately. Just talk about how much pride you have in that, in playing all those 3 different positions. Like, what's your mindset out there?
Really, my mindset is just to go out there and compete. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's coming out my head, and I've been doing that since I was little. When you have kind of a little big name out there, people gonna come out there and take their shot. And, kids that might not have the offers and things like that, they're looking at it like, man, I stopped this kid, man. Or I embarrass this kid, now I get to put my name on the map. And there's a lot of kids that have the type of game, it's unknown kids that have the type of games, and and they get that ring, they get that name on them, you know what I mean? So I definitely come out there with a chip on my shoulder. My dad always remind me, like, man, it's not no friends out on the field. Like people are coming for you, and they gonna show you who they is. So, I come out there and I try to keep a chip on my shoulder. I try to have, that's why you see on highlights, you see me with high energy because, man, without energy, man, you're not going to come out, like, you hardly going to see any player that's going to come out there nonchalant and be able to produce as he should. I feel like the energy part bring into everything. Even if you get beat on the play, you still come back up, forget that play, go to the next play. You know what I mean? mean, so I definitely feel a big part of my game is just energy as well, and that's what I feel Cali come from.
I'm gonna switch the topic back to Broken Arrow football. Broken Arrow is known for being good football year in, year out. So I know the mindset is probably there and expectation never changes. But what's a team you guys? I know it's probably Bigsby, which you were talking kind of earlier. But what's a team besides that you guys are looking forward to playing the regular season?
Union and Mustang.
Oh, those are good games. Is it you guys play Mustang at home or is it down here at
Wasso
Mustang?
too. Definitely Wasso. Yeah, Wasso too. Yeah.
He has a hit list. He got the three schools.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to play the most out of all three of those?
If I had to choose, I would say we lost to Wasso last year. I would say get back on them, but I want to say Union. That's really the game that I really, because I feel like everybody got different games. Like out of me, Samaj and Noah, it's like games like we all like really want to play against, and I feel like Union gonna be the game that I really wanna go compete against. And then Samaj is probably Mustang, and then Noah's is probably a Wasso or Union, and then we all, of course, want to see Bixby.
Just talk about how unique of an opportunity it is to play alongside Samaj and Noah. All you guys are going to go on and play at the next level, but now second year together. Just talk about how you guys have grown and what you guys want to show on the field.
We just want to show that we're the best. The best DBs that come out of Oklahoma. Trio, man. Like I really, there's trios out there that came from Oklahoma, but I feel like this is a good trio. You still got the BTW trio when they had Gentry, J. Drew, and Michael Tees. They had that was a squad, but I really feel like this squad right here, man, is. That's this squad right here gonna be something nasty. I feel like just ending this last year off, man, especially hopefully winning this state championship, man, definitely gonna be good. Just nothing you can really top it, man. It's speechless on how they explain the two group of guys, man, down around, and just we push each other every day. We hold each other accountable, and man, it just makes us work even harder.
That Booker T trio was a mean trio right there. I think you guys could could beat the maybe that was the best trio to come out of Oklahoma. I think you guys have a good chance, a solid chance. What do you think about that?
I think they do too. Just looking from that trio standpoint, but even this year, going deep into the regular season and the playoffs, having a strong back end is going to be very important, especially when you're playing teams like Bigsby and teams like Mustang that can air it out.
Yeah, because Isaiah can air it out. Case and Delgado, Mustang quarterback, he can air it out. But they got washed with the ball hawks over there at BA. So it's going. Those are gonna be some good games. Do you guys play Mustang at Mustang or at Broken Arrow?
Play at Broken Arrow.
Okay, let's go to Mustang and watch that game because you got me wanting to watch that game. There's a lot of good football this year, Bryson, and I'm happy a lot of the teams on both sides of the states are playing each other a lot this year. It's not just one sided like how it usually has been. And to go into Tulsa football and to ask you, because those are your peers, you live in Tulsa, you go to Broken Arrow. What's with all the movement? And the last minute movement is what I would say. And I know you talk to your peers because I feel like Booker T lost their whole D line in a week or 2 days to Owasso.
Yeah.
And then Isaiah went to Jinx in the spring. Left Jinx and went to Bigsby in the spring. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Is it in the air? I know it's high school transfer pool. It's real. But like, what's in the air in Tulsa right now?
Man, everybody trying to. I guess I don't know. I guess people trying to build up. I guess to try to stop somebody. I don't know what they kind of have in the making, but I know we stay loyal to our squad, man. And we just. We really had nothing wrong with ourselves last year, man. It was just the beginning. That was really it. Of course, we have Shamar Banner. His dad played at Broken Arrow, and his dad wanted to bring his son back down, and we blessed to have him, man. Our squad is complete, man. We really don't need nothing else, and I feel like we're gonna do really good things this year.
And I think you guys are too. I just had to ask because Tulsa, the 918, they for football, basketball is more crazy on this side. To say everybody transfers down here for basketball. I think you probably noticed, seen that, but football, man, they be. That's why I'd ask. I know he's in the mix. I'd ask him.
But you know, when coaches move, players follow.
Mm-hmm. What you about to say, Bryson?
I said a lot of BTW guys, man. They went to Owasso. It was a lot. So man, the transfer portal's been going crazy. But I heard one of the former Owasso. I mean, Booker T coaches is at Owasso now, right? Am I wrong? I don't know if that's correct. No one hold me to that statement I just made. I'm just speculating. I think it might have been so. I think it might have been so. I know one of the guys that we had on our team had left and went back to BTW because Joseph Graves is at BTW now. He stayed back home, so they definitely be a good team. I think they're gonna do good things this year too. They definitely got some athletes. We see them in 707. They're pretty solid, so I think they'll do really good.
Oklahoma City, the Super Radio. I'm Miles Perry, James Dawson. We're talking to Bryson Brown of Broken Arrow, the Oklahoma State commit, defensive back. Jamin, I knew you were about to say something. We kind of interrupted you there. Sorry.
No, you're good. We could pivot a little bit because I heard you from the first question. You said you used to play quarterback. So just kind of talk about how that transition has been for you. Was that always something in the works? I'm sure you played different positions, just playing from small ball all the way up to where you are now.
Yeah. So since I've been like in second grade all the way up to eighth grade, I played QB. And eighth grade is when I kind of, a little lost the love for it. But I went to camps and things like that for QB and things like that. Still been playing corner all through those years. And overall it was just those two positions. And then, I play receiver on the outside a little bit. And then, when you get to high school, that's when it gets real. So you got to kind of, choose what you kind of really want. And, just talked to my dad, and he was like, man, he just made me a point, which is like, man, you go to any camp, you see it's majority receivers and DB, so you're going to get looked at more at DB than you're going to get looked at more at, receiver. And, I just chose to stay at DB, and, man, it's just been God's blessing ever since.
I think DB is the hardest position in football.
Oh, yeah.
DB or quarterback for sure. All the pressure's on you. Quarterback, They touch the ball a lot, but, the game can be made or broken by a big play on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
And Bryson, I'm going to ask this. Recruiting, you're committed, it's shut down, that stress is over of the football part. Now you can just go play your senior year, have fun, and enjoy it. But take us back a little bit. What was it like? Because I remember, because we were posting it when you were getting on your first big offers. But what was that like when you got your big offers from like Oklahoma State, some other schools in the SEC? How did you feel? Because a lot of kids don't get those offers anymore with the transfer portal and NIL. So how did it feel for you?
Oh, man, it was a true blessing. You know what I mean? Like, at first, people wasn't trying to believe that, my offers were real at first when I was my sophomore year. Then, I had to show them the camp footage and things like that, and that's when everybody was like, nah, yeah. You know what I mean? Just like, I feel like just me putting in the work, man, that comes with a lot, you know what I mean? Especially my dream school was Ohio State. And, got to go down to camp. Me and Samaj, I went down there, both balled out, man. And, that was a true blessing. I was crying that day, man, when I got that offer. So it was definitely great, man, from getting the offer from Coach Hunter. Now he's in the league now. I think he's coaching for the Los Angeles Rams, I think. And yeah, man, it was definitely a true blessing, though, man. Just it was a fun ride, though, getting to go down to different visits and things like that, getting to tour schools. And man, I can't even tell how many schools I even went to, but overall, man, it was definitely a true blessing. Thanks to my pops and my moms for putting in the money just to take them road trips out there, man. It's definitely been good, though.
And we know you're committed to Oklahoma State, but are there any other schools still calling or still keeping in contact with you?
As of now, nah. I mean, like, they'll probably like one of my stories and stuff, and put the heat emoji or something like that. But overall, it's just OSU really on me.
Liking a story, like a crush. But it's funny. Every time I talk to a college coach or You guys are committed somewhere. We always talk about the analogy of how like recruiting process is like talking to a girl. One day they like you, and one day they're not. That's kind of fun. It's like an ex that keeps liking your Instagram story. That's crazy. They even do that. I'm amazed by that right now. Did you think he was gonna say that? That like his Instagram story?
The recruiting process is tricky sometimes because, as you know, you build relationships with other coaches and maybe other players that are at the school. So they try to keep in contact because things can change at the drop of a hat.
They're keeping tabs. Yeah. So, and I think that's social media. Social media is crazy. Social media is crazy. Now, Bryce, I want to ask you this. What was your favorite visit? Because you said you've been to so many places. What was your favorite one? I know O State is home, but I know it was this Ohio State. Was it one of your dream schools? I mean, how was that visit?
I'll say my favorite visit, it got to be out of Alabama or Ohio State for sure. I just say Ohio State because like get to see like the trophy and all that, and get to see the rings. And you get to see like the championship room and all that, and they show like what you get for playoffs and all that. It was definitely good seeing. And then I just say Bama because like the atmosphere was crazy. Or I just say Penn State. Penn State was definitely good. Getting that whiteout game, yeah, that was great.
Oh, you went to the whiteout game?
Oh yeah, I got it over there. So they play.
Yeah, that was that. Those games always look fun on TV. So I mean, I know you had a good time at that game. And Bama's campus, I've been in Bryant-Denny Stadium. That place is pretty stadium. It's a big stadium, and
yes, sir.
Yeah, those are good visits. The whiteout game, I think that might top the visit. It's a regular visit though, but
yeah, that whiteout game was crazy, and the food was good too. So you know, it was good. It was good.
No, yeah. Jamie, you got something else?
Is there anything you're working on in this offseason or anything you want to put on tape your senior year before you get to Stillwater?
Really this year, like, just stop, like, jump a little early on my interceptions. Like, I kind of, like, over pursue the play a little bit. You know, like, if you just watch it, you know, you just see me kind of over pursuing the ball a little bit. But, I mean, overall, man, you know, I really think that's kind of really it. You know, I really think, you know, me packing on the weight and everything like that is really good, really ready for college. And, I mean, overall, man, I mean, that part where I was talking about can really easily get fixed. That's what I've been working on this whole summer. And you know, just can't wait to put it on tape.
Bryson, this is going to be my last question for you. Who motivates you to be better each and every day? I know you mentioned your dad a lot, but like in this life, not even football, but life.
I just think like, you know, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, just like my relatives, like my past relatives, you know, people that passed in my life, you know, that was really close to me. For that motivates me because, you know, I know they watching over me and things like that. And, you know, when you get to yourself and you start thinking like, man, like, you know, what is life going to be without football and things like that, man. You know, you just got to just keep pushing yourself no matter what. Because, you know, football is not for long, man. So, you know, you're not going to be playing when you like 70 years old, 60 years old. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just try to take every day for granted, man. And, you know, every day is not guaranteed. So that's what I really feel like motivates me.
Well, Bryson, thank you for coming on. And like I tell everybody that comes on the show, if you ever need anything over here, just hit us up. We got you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you.
And so does our sister station, 105.3 K Jams in T-Town. Got you too. So I know I've listened to K Jams, but they got you as well too. But Bryson, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Oklahoma City, Bryson Brown, Oklahoma State commit. It was a great interview. I had fun. Bryson's funny guy. What you think, Jamie?
A great player, great guy. First of all, he's already acknowledging what life is going to be without football, but embracing what it is now. I think the Broken Arrow Tigers are going to be a good team in 6A1. We know how loaded they are, and having a back end like Samaj and Noah that are going to be D1 guys too. I think they're really going to be something to watch for, you know, those matchups against Mustang, Bigsby, Jinx. just to really see how they hold up. I think they can go a long way.
I think it's going to be very interesting because I remember when both Samaj and Bryson transferred in the Broken Arrow last year. Samaj come from Jinx and Bryson from Owasso. But I didn't know how they were going to turn out last year because, on the offensive side, defensively I knew they were going to be good. And then also I knew both of them played both sides of the ball, right, for a little bit. But this year it sounds like they're playing all defense, how he was talking. Like, there's all D reps. But no, what I also took from that interview, Jamin, was that he's very focused on the next level. Everything he was talking about wasn't about college; it was about pro. It was like little things he would say. He was talking about college, but he was thinking about the highest level. I know, and I think he kind of hit on that too a little bit. But just as how he talked about his work ethic and his cousin's Robert Spears Jennings. So he has a mentor and his cousin that's in the league right now who's going to probably play this year at strong safety for the Steelers.
No doubt about it. They definitely need some youth back there on the back end.
Yeah, and it was a great interview. I didn't expect him to talk about coaches still liking his store.
But that's the thing.
I know you didn't. You looked at me like, what? Like, Instagram stuff.
Because, recruiting can be funny sometimes, especially when you commit before your senior year. If you commit right after your junior year, things change and you never know. Feelings change. Situations change. So you have to take into account everything. And some coaches don't stop until signing day. So I was just curious to know, just because the list of offers he had was incredible. He talked about Ohio State. Miami jumped out to me as well. I feel like how physical he is of a DB, I'm sure that probably was a realistic situation. But, being at O State is a great opportunity. I feel like Coach Morris is going to really change what people think about Oklahoma State football and maybe get back to that level they were once at.
No, I agree. And it sounds like he's going to play right when he gets – in Stillwater and Boone Pickens from what he was insinuating. But this is Superb Radio. I'm Miles Perry. I'm with Jamin Dawson, right-hand man, Superb Command Center. We'll go into break. We will have Kevin Overton, the Auburn star guard, coming in, NIT MVP, and also NIT National Champion coming on the show next. We'll be going to break. We'll be back. Oklahoma City, welcome back to Super Up Radio. I'm Miles Perry. I'm here with Jamin Dawson. Right now, we're having one of my good friends come on, Kevin Overton of the Auburn Tigers, Oklahoma City native, Norman North grad. And I see Kevin right now. KO, how are you?
Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing, man? Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Likewise, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Yes,
how's
sir.
the
Appreciate
offseason going?
It's good, man. Good new team. Summer grind, trying to figure guys out, but it's a steady process. Obviously, I'm trying to get done what I'm trying to get done for next year, but it's good so far.
And KO, I want to talk about you guys winning the NIT National Championship. How was that?
Man, made the best of a weird situation, I would say. For me, coming from what I came from, the Elite Eight run and then going to the tournament the year before. But just pushing through, I think it tested us as people and basketball players. But it was nice. It was fun to win a game. You win a game in any championship setting is fun, so that was good for sure.
What was the message in the locker room? I know you see a lot of teams opt out of their NIT invitation, but, what was you guys' mindset going into it?
Yeah. To be completely honest with you, we did not want to play. And I think that's where you get tested. You get put in uncomfortable situations and you push through. But our coach actually was, I think, the first person probably in the organization to be like, let's just play. Obviously, this basketball is still to be played. We had a goal. We didn't accomplish it. Let's try to still do something special as a team. And we did just that. But I think after the first game, as a team, we decided, okay, there's no point in playing one game and then losing. Like that's just gonna put the icing on the cake of what we've been doing. So let's just go ahead and win. So yeah.
And why didn't you guys want to play? I have to ask that. I was surprised you said that there. But why didn't you guys want to play?
Man, it was. I mean, obviously having goals and aspirations to go to the tournament every year. I think that's any team's big goal, but I think it tore down a lot of us just to actually to watch the selection show and be like, wow, we really didn't accomplish what we tried to accomplish. I think weighed in on, just an emotional moment, I think, for the whole team, especially our seniors. One of our seniors he chose not to play based on the fact that we didn't make it. I respected his decision and what he did, but it was an emotional time for all of us, for real.
Let's talk about the momentum winning the NIT goes into this next season with returners. You're one of the more experienced guys, but you and Tahad coming back, just what are your expectations?
Yeah. Man, I'll speak first to collectively as a team. I just think it's getting back to the tournament first and foremost. One game at a time, not our approach to these games from the moment the season started needs to be like, it should almost be disrespectful based on what we did to ourselves last year. A lot of these guys weren't here last year, so they don't know exactly what it was like in that locker room. But for me and Hod, it's definitely, we're not really playing games, not really, like, it's foot on the gas pretty much for both of our careers, for the team, for everybody's future and happiness. Let's lock in. But the momentum coming from the NIT, I think for me is nobody really wins the last game of the season. So let's find ways to still get better. Let's not live on a high of we won the last game or we accomplished something. It's more so let's build on that, but we still have plenty of work to do. So that's where we're at with that.
I gotta ask this: being in the SEC, being at OU's SEC school, what's it like at Auburn though, with the basketball atmosphere and all that? It looks crazy on TV. I know it's big in the football stadium, but how's it the basketball atmosphere?
It's one of a kind for sure. It's definitely something you hear about, you watch it on TV until you get it, you don't really know. But I would definitely say it lives up to the hype. It's serious in there. And if you're not ready for those lights, it'll show for sure. It's different.
Just talk
definitely
about
not
playing.
OU, though. Definitely not OU, sure.
In terms of in basketball? Or are you talking about in
definitely
general?
not that. Football, we know football. It's rocking. It's rocking.
No,
football,
OU, and I hate to say this, like on the air, but OU basketball games don't beat compared to what you guys.
That was a rough place to play. And I feel good playing the OU, but it was very hard to walk in there. It's not a lot of people in there. It's just open gym.
No.
But they talk about it themselves. They're trying to get the new arena going. You know how they do discounts for students to come in, so they try to pack the stands as much as they can.
I know we're going to be on this out for a quick second. We're going to get off this, but I want to say this. My 4 years at OU, I remember when Porter got there, the student tickets were always a free to attend to get kids to come.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what in 2020 spring of 22, and now we're in fall of 26, and it's still that. I'm not hating. I'm just being real here.
We can make some adjustments at some point. Man.
No, well, yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, we need some adjustments. And I mean, it's just like your premier college program, multiple sports, and you can't fill up a basketball game. That's all I gotta say. There, leave it there. It is, but for you to say that, and this is your hometown, you said, "Man, I come home. I thought you want it to be packed because we all know why it's homecoming and go off in a big crowd."
And I think that's what it felt like too. It was like, wow, this is even for me. I knew it.
Oh, I think you muted yourself. Okay, there's a mic button. I think it's red on the. You see it? No, but ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about OU basketball with Kevin Overton and packed gyms and versus not packed gyms. What do you think about? Jamie, you go to OU too, so I mean, what do you think of that?
You know, the past couple of years, they've had the student game where they put it in McCaslin Fieldhouse where volleyball plays. It's just a different kind of structure because the way it's built, that the fans are all on top of the court. It's not as many seats, so it's easy to fill up. And it's free for students, so they want them to be rowdy in there and create that energy. But, you know, little by little, they're trying to do things. I feel like the turnaround that OU basketball had gives some fans a better anticipation to see them play. But it's still like make or break for them. So it's all kind of for the future to tell.
I think my guy KL's trying to figure out his mic real quick, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, no, you're right, Jamin.
Got me.
Oh, we got
yes, sir.
He's back.
Bet there we go.
No, yeah, Kale. You see, you got us in a ramble about some stuff we can't control. You know, down here in Norman, but
No.
but no, I get to end on that topic. I get what you're saying though. You want to come home, play in front of full crowd, and go off, have a good game, and win. Right? There's that too. But I want to transition to this. How is it adjusting though? Because the big topic right now, I kind of taking a jump. I'm over all the place real quick, but I want to talk about you in the transfer portal and your journey because a lot of kids are trying to figure that out right now. But you figured it out. You went from Drake to Tech. Now you're at Auburn for your second year. But what was that process like? I know there's a lot of praying going on, but what was that process like?
Well, definitely that. Praying for sure. But I think it was just really nothing I could have did my first year. Coach left. He went to West Virginia. I didn't think West Virginia was a spot that I could be me necessarily. And then he ended up leaving again. So I would have had to transfer again no matter what. But Texas Tech was just a situation. I feel like a lot of kids end up in that situation, just not the right fit. But I love Texas Tech, like, wholeheartedly. That's a place that I would choose to be 1,000 times out of 1,000 times. But ending up at Auburn ultimately became, let me try to find people that actually genuinely believe in me, actually are putting into me. And where I was coming from, they had every opportunity to not believe in me or say, well, this is what you just put up. These are your numbers. These are statistics, all of those things of the negative side. But they saw the positives in me. They saw my film. They knew me. And obviously Bruce Pearl being a huge factor in that of why I came. But the staff, even now, he retires. He retires a month before the season starts, which was crazy. But the people that were in that situation of BP retiring, it became, I think, more, I got to see the family side. I got to see a staff and the people that, you go on visits, you see kids go on visits, and it's like, You eat good. Everybody's cool. Coaches laugh, joke, talk to you. I think when you come to Auburn, it's like that every day. Like it doesn't change. The vibe is the same. And once I found those group of people, we can go play basketball together. Basketball is the easy part. That's nothing. But can I be around you every single day? And fortunately, I finally found a place that I can say, you know what, I'm gonna come back. I respect the people that have put into me, and then the fan support is something you can't replicate. Major college town, major love, unconditional, even through our losses. So. Had to stay for sure.
You just talk about some of the lessons you've learned on and off the court from your different destinations, from Drake and Tech and now at Auburn.
Yeah. Oh man. I think just being able to adapt in situations. I think I've lived in 5 states in the past 5 years, probably, or something like that. But just being able to adapt, being able to put yourself in situations where it's just not comfortable, or it's always a transition. You're always changing something, but you have to be able to, I think, be the best version of yourself for that situation. I learned that at Tech too. Like Texas Tech, y'all, like, I know for sure Miles know me. I know both of y'all know me enough to be like, respectfully, I know at least KO can get a bucket. Like KO can play basketball. And being at Texas Tech, it was like, I can't comfortably be myself. I can't play the role I would love to play, but I have a family, I have a job to do, I have a role to fill in order for us to be okay, in order for us to go to the Elite Eight, in order for us to be able to watch my teammates go out and do their thing. Like I have to still do my job. And then obviously different roles came. Auburn presented me, I think, half leadership, half just teaching me more about life. Like I genuinely feel like it's on you. I think that's what I've learned at Auburn. Like you have a choice at Auburn. I think that's what our coaching staff has instilled in us. You have a choice. This is a players coach type of situation at Auburn where they let you be you. They definitely coach you and they are on you, but you have a choice as to what you want your offense to look like, your workouts, however you want it to look like, is you can do that. And throughout last year's season, I think that kind of showed later on. I think I was lax to start the season. I didn't go into the season with how I'm approaching it this year. Like my life is on the line. I'm trying to get to the NBA. I got 1 year to really put myself in a position to really life or death is how I see it at this point. Like I'm not really playing games. I'm really trying to get something done. Last year I came in like I'm trying to get my feel back. I'm just trying to feel good shooting a jumper again. Like that was, I think, where I approached the season wrong instead of approaching it like a killer, like somebody who is a pro and wants to be a pro. So I think that's what I learned at Auburn. And this year will just be leading, patience, and I think keeping my team composed, keeping my emotions pretty much steady the whole time. I think that'll be the difference maker in how far we go, honestly, especially as a leader on this team. And then last, Drake was just freestyle, honestly. I came into college just trying to get in shape, battle, fight, practice every day, up to 7 a.m. All of this is just new. I'm just trying to fill the role. And then 2-3 weeks before the season, have a meeting with coach, and positive things happen. So I really was just learning myself my freshman year for sure.
He said freestyle on his phone. He was hooping his freshman year. He was 4-time MVC freshman of the week. He's talking about freestyle.
Man.
The thing you went there with, you said killer at Auburn. I think he was killer at Drake.
Yeah,
but
that's love.
What are you about to say? My fault.
Oh, no, you good. I was saying I appreciate that.
It
definitely felt like freestyle for sure. I didn't approach it like I was trying to get anything done to Drake. It was just nice to be in college, man.
But I haven't got a chance to talk to you off air in a while, KO. But I've been want to talk to you about the Tech situation since you brought it to my attention.
Yeah.
And I was watching a lot of y'all that year because we was watching a lot of Big 12 basketball. And no, you're right though. I can see what you're saying, and how they're playing you at Tech. You weren't allowed to go get a bucket in the sense of what you were, because I know personally Kevin Overton gonna get a bucket for crying out loud. He had 95 threes last year at Auburn. So I mean, but I see what you're saying, and that Tech team was kind of weird. I felt like because a lot of you guys left except JT right after that year.
Yeah, JT and Christian Anderson, the point guard, or would have been our shooting guard at the time, or his freshman year.
No, yeah. I gotta ask this because what's better? Since we're on the SEC, Auburn, Texas Tech topic, what's better? I know you about that. I was going. Was it Big 12 or SEC? Because they say the Big 12 is the premier basketball conference.
I mean,
To be
even
completely
before you
honest
answer
with you,
SEC, they had a lot of teams that went to the tournament. I think like most of them did a couple years ago.
And I want to say this: Oklahoma City. I'm Miles Perry, Jamin Dawson. We're talking to Kevin Overton, the star guard from Auburn University, an Oklahoma City native, here live on Super Prep Radio. When we're talking about which is better, the SEC or Big 12?
That's tough. I'm gonna go.
In terms of
It's
when it comes to
hard.
basketball, ladies and gentlemen, I don't clarify that.
Yeah, that's hard. I just think for NBA purposes, the speed of the SEC, but the physicality of the Big 12 is very different. Like, I don't think it's not as physical in the SEC, in my opinion. Big 12 is like, that's serious. And it's more schemed, it's more half court offense. SEC is a little bit more, we flying the whole game. SEC, we're gonna run a set and see who's trying to bang with you. So I don't know. That's tough. I'm gonna go SEC though because of speed. I'm trying to go up and down and be able to find the flow that way. So SEC for NBA purposes and the style of play, I would go SEC. And I think it's more deep consistently over the past probably 4, 5, 6 years. I would say, yeah.
You said that.
They did, but I mean that's a great question though because we have to ask, especially because you know it, you've seen it both.
Yeah, you got the pleasure of playing both two toughest leagues in
that's
college basketball. Because no offense, the ACC is just when it's gone downhill since we've been in middle school.
Yeah.
That's how long I'm being serious. I feel like in middle school, Duke was always good. Carolina always had somebody.
Yeah.
Virginia was good. With what's Kyle Guy and
DeAndre Hunter on that team when they won.
That was 2015. That was 11 years ago.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. That's crazy. Okay. We getting old.
Yeah. We are getting old. I mean, I turned 24 next month, so I'm getting up there. I'm up. Or big bro.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm tired of hearing that too. I'm big. It's getting crazy out here.
No, I want to ask you this, KO, because I feel like your game has developed a lot. I feel like you use your size a lot, and because you're a bigger guard for college. You're 6'5". It says you're 6'5". Are you? I feel like you might be 6'6". You can.
I'll go 6'5". I'm sure when I get better measurements, I'll probably be like 6'4", 3/4. But I think my wingspan is what makes me look different on the court. I got a 6'10", 6'11" wingspan, so that changes a lot. Got to do better at using it, but yeah, I got that wingspan.
And the reason why I said that to build up to the question is, do you still like in high school, and you did a lot your freshman? Do you still like to post up on that short corner, or
Yeah, I still got that in there. It's a little bit harder to get to it because of obviously big situations. But no, I still got my post game. I still have the around the block low short corner area for sure. Yeah.
I mean, he used to kill people with it. You doing it in college, but man. I just had to say that real quick because I had to ask. I was thinking because it was playing in my head. I was seeing you. I was watching one. I think it was Florida. You did it against Florida, and you got fouled. I don't know if he was on the baseline. They was fouling you a lot that game. I watched that game. I watched the whole game, but you did it against Florida. So I just had to ask that question.
And then just to add on what you said about the wingspan, bro. You've averaged steals everywhere you went. We know your defensive ability. So in your mind, what do you think about doing or applying to your game where you want to use that more as an asset?
Yeah. I think I got to get back to the details. I think this past year, I got away from, I think, the mental side, the cerebral side of how I used to guard because it's more coverage at Auburn. Texas Tech and Drake was more best path, more it's on you. If you get cooked, you just going to have to watch the film and see that you should have done better. But I stopped caring about, I think, the details of right-hand drivers, certain moves. I would go watch certain players and I just know the move. I could put myself in better position. Obviously, guys are better now. 2026, I think, is the most talented era of basketball, but I think I got to hone back in on the mental side. I think my ability is fine. I just have to be more assertive, more aggressive. It's almost think more, but think less. Like, I need to be more prepared when I get into these games. Once I'm in a game, I got to stop thinking so much and just go do what I know is correct defensively, for sure.
From what I've heard, you talk about Auburn compared to other stops, and it sounds like Auburn's more of a job, and that's how you're taking it. From here, you sound like a pro. That's why I was saying. This sounds like more like a job. And
oh yeah, for sure.
And why'd you say this is the best era of basketball, 2026? Well, I had to ask that.
I think it's the most talented. Like, I think from a skill standpoint, it's crazy. Like, I think a lot of guys that are college players now, obviously we say this too, we've been saying this, but college players now can play in the NBA probably 20, 30 years ago and be all right with strength and conditioning, obviously, but it's just different. Like, there's just more going on. There's more movement. There's movements that have been created by people the past 10, 15 years that we wasn't doing. Obviously, we got Kyrie. He gave us the blueprint of moves, but for us to be able to pick up on these moves so young is different. Like, our one-and-dones now, these classes aren't the same. It's just crazy to see again, for sure.
And another question, bro. As the stakes rise for you, your play rises as well. I saw the shot against Georgia. We talked about your performance in the NIT. Like, is that just the cerebral part that you think about when you go out there and play? It's when the stakes get higher, it's just time for you to go get a bucket. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also comes from the work. I think I met a consistency last year that I never got away from. Obviously, based on the circumstances of this is tournament or NIT, and I was like, I basically got put myself in a position to go into these games with no doubt. And then once I found the flow state of the games, I knew my role. I knew what the coaches needed me to do. It just became easy. And then I think I want to say after we go to Arkansas and get blasted. And I think that was my worst game. No, we didn't get blasted. We actually were all right. We should have got beat worse. But I think I shot like 1 for 13, 1 for 14. And going into that game, I didn't necessarily feel prepared. Like, I didn't know how hard that they were going to guard me. And then our best player at the time is not playing. So it was like, obviously, I got to take a step up. And I wasn't prepared for that moment of, I got to go from being me to me and somebody else are trying to fill somebody else's 20 points a game and approach that correctly and still do what I'm supposed to do. Like, I got to fill my role, fill somebody else's role, and still be a leader. It was a lot for me at the time. I think after that, I was like, okay, I can't go into any more games with, like, question mark. If the defense throws this to me, they're grabbing, home, be able to decision make. Like, that's basketball. You got to make plays on the fly, be prepared for those plays, for sure.
Let's add to the, you're surprised they're guarding you hard. But my guy, you shot 40% from three. So
I think that came from two. And I'll be honest, like, I don't think I played my best basketball. I think I did what I could have, and I've met my role, but I didn't feel like I played my best basketball. In the first half of the season, I was shooting like maybe 33, 34 at a point in time. Obviously, it inched up, but first half of the season compared to the second half of the season, the 40% to me feels like 35, 37. Because if I would have stretched it, if I'd have done what I was supposed to do the whole season, I should be shooting 45, 46 maybe. Like, that's how I approach that. But that's just me trying to be better in my mindset of not being satisfied. Because I didn't even know I shot 40 until after the NIT games were over. I think, obviously, that tournament helped too, but yeah.
No, and I know as a former athlete, we don't really care about stats. It's more how you perceive it, like how you just basically said. But it looks statistically, this year was your best past year. You would, and stat wise, looking at everything, you've gone up.
Yeah.
You know, you got better every year. So I mean, you're just a hard critic on yourself, which is a good thing. but no, and then you shot 53 basically 54% from the three in the NIT. So, well, I'm gonna say this, KO. In the topic of being guard hard, you're gonna see a lot more this year. Because your roles change.
Yeah.
You and Pettiford, y'all the two guys this year, right? Is that what it's gonna be?
Yeah.
Is that what it sounds like?
No, for sure. We gotta, me and him gotta go play basketball for sure. We got some different kind of help, I would say, this year in terms of our teammates, but that'll be fun to see. Y'all tune into that. But in terms of me and him, yes, we have to do our job. If we don't do our job, I don't think we'll win games for sure.
You talked about being there through the coaching transition. Just kind of talk about the differences between the two, father and son, at least that you saw.
Man, obviously, first year head coach, and then your legendary Bruce Pearl. That's already the separator right there. But I think I could kind of tell. Like it doesn't take me too long to read people, especially in their approach. And I could kind of tell BP didn't really get into as much as engaged as he would have liked to have been, but I could see his attention to what was going on. Like if he wanted something to go on, that was what was going to go on, and like that's just what we needed. We needed a leadership, put your foot down situation, and then I think having SP, his son, was more. And that's why I mess with him and I appreciate him so much, is because he picked up the pieces of what nobody was prepared for. Like, I'm sure whatever was going on, you still got to account for a team that thought another man was about to coach them. And on top of that, a legend. So I think the difference between the two is he's experienced, he's trying to get somewhere. And, the approaches are still the same, I feel like. They still say some of the same stuff. I didn't get to be fully coached by BP, so I can't say exactly for those heated game moments or those certain moments, but their approaches are similar. I just think BP just kind of had it figured out, kind of. And then obviously, like I said, first year head coach, and you're trying to pick up the pieces, keep guys just here. Like you're just trying to keep everybody together so we can just go win a game first and keep everybody in a better headspace of. It was just a lot, bro. You really had to be there to experience it, but I think those are the difference between the two.
Now, what was your first reaction to Bruce Pearl retiring? Because I was caught off guard, because it was so late. It wasn't like and I'm not saying you were going to do this, but realistically, let's be realistic, everybody in Oklahoma City listening and watching, and wherever you are on the live stream. Let's be realistic. In today's portal, I've been mad because now I can't get in the portal. That's just, I'm not saying you were going to do that. I'm not saying Kevin was going to do that. I'm just talking from a college perspective because it's like that. Did he tell y'all? Was this like y'all found out from the news?
We basically found out from social media. We were in the locker room, but I wouldn't say it was weird. We like to, as younger people, be like, oh, we found out on social media. No, it went out on social media, and then right after that, they text the group chat like, yo, we got to have a meeting. But obviously, bro, we know all the behind the scenes stuff. There's nothing you could have did about all that getting posted, but everybody in the world posted it. It's like, okay. But he told me, Keyshawn Hall, Keyshawn Murphy, and Tahad first. He pulled us out. He told us like, yo, this is what's going on. Me, us, all four of us, we stand there. When he says it, I think two of them are already crying. I don't remember who was crying first, but basically ended in all of us just in tears. Like, no way, bro. Like, we just grinded. And we had an approach to it and a humility knowing BP is about to coach us. And he had a lot of places to go. He was traveling a lot, so he hadn't really been there like how he would have liked to have been. But then when we get to the first practice of the year, this is the information you break on us. It was crazy. It was definitely emotional 20 minutes for sure.
I would. So there's no ESPN 60 that's going to come out on Bruce Pearl's.
One day, man, they need to drop something about this. This is crazy.
Now, how was the state of the coaching staff? Because, from a job standpoint, your assistant coaches are looking at like, okay, am I staying here or do I need to find a new job? But I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of them stayed because his son took over.
And that's why I think that's why I stayed, and that's why whatever, I don't care what conversations they have behind closed doors. I don't care what they thought about the situation. They held it down. Like everybody that was a part of that staff stayed. Everybody that was still there or a part of the staff at the time didn't leave, didn't even if they considered leaving, which I'm sure everybody had thoughts in the back of their head like, yo, might need to whatever. But everybody stayed together. They kept us together. So that's why I respected them.
All right, I kind of got a more lighthearted question from that topic. You were there from like the brand transition. So like talk about what you saw that goes into that from leaving Under Armour and going to Nike.
Oh yeah. So I did it 2 years in a row. Texas Tech went from Under Armour to Adidas, and then they went from Under Armour to Nike. So I mean, it's a cool transition. I've never played in Nike shoes in college. So for me, it was just like, finally, I get to wear what I get to see everybody else wear. Everybody went throw on Nike. Everybody got this, that, and the other wrong. Finally, I don't have to go find a crazy random shoe like Adidas. I wore, what was the name of them?
You wear the
80 zeros. 80 zeros. No, I didn't wear Hardens. I wore Hardens at Drake. I didn't like it though. It was like a boot, 2 boots. So I went 80 zeros at the end of my freshman year. They gave them to us actually going into the conference tournament. We got into the conference tournament. I was like, wow, these basically feel like Kobe's to me. This is the closest I can get to being Adidas, so let's do that. And then obviously Auburn, it was like, I was more so happy and grateful to be at Auburn. And it was like, I could do the Under Armour. We just here. I do the Under Armour situation. And then they announced the transition to Nike. And I'm like, perfect, let's do it. So, and I only wear 1 shoe a year. Like 1 or 2 shoes. I can't really throw my foot in too many 4, 5, 6, 7. These guys out here wearing 1,000 shoes. I can't do that. That's too much. Yeah.
Nah, you had me with I knew the Under Armour was coming. I was kind of like it was like, yeah. Shout out to Under Armour though. We love Under Armour, but
Yeah, shout out Under Armour, man.
I mean, hey, I'm just saying for future purposes, we love Under Armour. Over here at Super Prep and down there in Auburn, we love Under Armour. But KO, stay with us. We're gonna take a quick break. I know my radio listeners, we love you guys. And if you're watching the stream, stay tuned. KO's gonna come back for a couple more questions, and we'll be back after the break. And welcome back to Super Prep Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Jamin Doss here. I'm Miles Perry. We're with our guy Kevin Overton of the Auburn Tigers. Okay, I've enjoyed catching up with you. I haven't got a chance to talk to you in a while. So what's Auburn like? What's the lifestyle? What's your day to day?
Auburn's nice. I think it's a very green area. It's nice. Like I said, college town, good people. Not really a place you can go and if you do what you're supposed to do athletically, everybody know who you are. So it's not like you gotta do too much or feel like you're not special in a place or nothing like that. But it definitely keeps you humble. I think it's the both sides of Auburn. Like you see the love, so it gives you I feel like purpose, and I got to go out here and do what I'm supposed to do. If you can handle it correctly, obviously, but day to day, bro, is go to the gym. I'm at the gym pretty much most of the day. If I go at 10, I'll be there till 3 or 4 or 5. Leave, go home, do it over again. But 3 days, 3 day, 4 day, might go. It just depends. I at least get a 3 a day in every day. But it's just a job, bro. You know how it gets. Basketball life. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. I mean, you sound like you're having a good time to me. I mean, you enjoying. It seems like you're enjoying. You look happy. That's all. I mean, so I'm happy that you look
good.
happy.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, bro. I appreciate that.
I know you back behind the scenes probably stressing too. So I mean, but you look happy right now. I know how that goes. That's what anything.
Nah,
right?
It's good to see y'all, man. It's just good. It's good to talk to familiar faces always. It's love to the city for sure.
So kind of talk about what you've seen from the Iron Bowl, bro. Like, do you think that's one of the best rivalries in just college sports?
Yeah, it's different. I can definitely say not only the Iron Bowl, but other games. Like I said, the fans, bro, they don't care what the record is. They don't care what time it is. They gonna be at that game. 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They gonna be there, and it's gonna be packed out regardless. And that's why I respect Auburn fans. But the Iron Bowl is serious for sure. Crazy out there. And it's. I just think about it from a NFL college standpoint. I feel like college is just more rocking. So to be able to be a part of SEC football is amazing.
See, I agree with him. I think I say that all the time that college football is more rocking. It's more entertaining, I think, than the NFL because it's like
it's more stakes, on the line.
Yes, there is more. There is more stakes on the line. Is Iron Bowl for basketball as lit as it is for football, or is it?
Yes. In basketball's terms, yes, for sure. I mean, they've had some of the craziest. I think the year before us, when it was their Final Four team, it was number 1 versus number 2, I believe, at Alabama. And I think they won. But like games like that, bro, you can't even. Like we played them here. We played them here first Iron Bowl game. That was the most. Probably the loudest I've been in since Texas Tech, because Texas Tech is 17K, so that's a different type of loud. But in terms of, we got 10K here. We're rocking. Like every shot, all movement, everything that's going on, it's serious for sure. Like Iron Bowl, the
NBA. Tech has an NBA arena. It's 17,000.
Yeah.
Paycom's 18. Yeah, that's why when you said 17, I was like, look at you, I was like, huh, 17?
Yeah, it's serious at Texas Tech, for sure. Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Only 10 at Auburn? Football.
But it's like it's a different setup though. I think Texas Tech a little more pushed out, like you said, NBA style. Like if you've seen like Tennessee, or it had to be somewhere big like a Creighton, something like that. But like the way it's pushed out and it's more NBA style, or it goes up a certain way. Auburn's more, they right on top of you. Like you look up and they right there. So like 9K, 10K right on top of you is crazy. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to come to Auburn and check that out. That sounds like a good time. I mean, at a game. Yeah. That sounds like Cameron Indoor. Duke, on top, you can. So you can't. Wait, can you? I think you can touch people. I've seen it on those games. I think on the court side.
You can't. You can't ours. I mean, the fans right there, our student section is pretty much right there. Like, you can reach over the scores people and dab somebody up for sure, but they can't reach out and touch. I'm glad they can't do that, though. I don't want them to be able to out tripping out there. Yeah.
No, that's 17K.
17.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So, kind of talk about some of the matchups you've had. Like, which ones have you kind of embraced the most, and who are the kind of tougher guys you've had to cover?
Man, it's hard. This past year was hard for me, especially just in my pride, because we switched 1 through 5. So I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do necessarily based on what I did the last 2 years guarding people. But I think A-Cuff was different. I think A-Cuff was, the first time we played him, I don't think he wasn't as It was like another game. And based on our record in the situation, it probably was just another game to them. But to see how you come back, especially as a freshman, to perform like that, I think he was pretty crazy. And then Yaxel Lindenborg, it wasn't my matchup, but it was good to see in person the way that he moved at that size. And then I think that Arkansas game where I had to pretty much guard everybody in that Elite Eight Sweet 16 game, John L. Davis, he was a fun guard just because he moved different. Like he was smooth, older guard, 5-6 year guy, and just he knew the game. Like every wrong read I made, he pretty much exposed me. But through the course of that game, I think I got more discipline. So I think that was the one I probably embraced the most and at the right time. And then I know it was one more.
How was Purdue's point guard that's in the league now?
Oh my goodness.
I forgot his name.
I got one for you. Braden Smith. Respectfully, he's good. He's a good basketball player. I didn't really get to check him the way I wanted to, but he can pass the ball to like pick your defense apart. He's gonna make all the right reads. He's insane. But Josh Hubbard is the best basketball player I've ever seen touch basketball on two eyes. That's for sure. And that comes from what I've seen before I played against him, and then we played against him. He gave us 35 in the first half on 10 threes, like 10 for 13, 10 for 14, something insane, but I had 2 fouls. And then I come back in and he's so hot. It's like you guard him as best you can. He's making it. But his movement's unpredictable. The way it's changing paces, you can't really replicate it. But at his size, it's like being that small, it's also easier for you to move like that. But he was serious. And then playing him in the SEC tournament again, it was the same thing. But we won that game, so it was a little bit better. But he's the best I've had to guard probably in my career of basketball for sure.
And Kay, I want to ask you this. From talking to you, I can tell your mentality's changed. You have a more pro mentality approach to this season. After the season, I assume you're going to enter your name into the NBA draft and see how that goes. What are you looking forward to? I know you're not trying to look too far ahead, but this to know that time is coming. Are you excited? Are you a little nervous? I know it's a lot of emotions, but how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to approach it the right way. I don't think I've ever been one of the political guys. I mean, you know me. I've never been a political guy. I've never been somebody that anything was handed to me at any point in time. So I think I just approached this season the right way, and long-term basketball takes care of itself. I'm going to play basketball somewhere, so hopefully it's where I want to play. But my approach to this season and these games and just my character, my emotional control, and my attitude is what I think I'm focused on. And if I can accomplish that in my head, I feel like I can say that I'm ready to go where I want to go. But those are the things in my head I feel like I have to lock in terms of how I handle situations this year. But yeah, it's coming though, for sure. Y'all should be tuned in this year, for sure, 100%. Watch the games because I'm not playing at all.
I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah, I'm watching for sure.
I'm watching. You can count on us. I rose my hand. It's recorded. I'll clip this.
It's good.
We can post it. I'm gonna be watching.
That's love, man.
No, yeah. And this is gonna be my last question for you, Kay. We're not gonna keep you too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I watching your career. I was talking to your mom at Juneteenth. There's watching your career from Spencer Cougars. We played each other at San Fate Life Center. Ice Boys versus Spencer Cougars. I had to bring that up because me and your mom talked about Juneteenth. That's a throwback. And then watch
the Ice Boy.
No,
wow,
yeah. For the people listening, me and Kay go way back. We go back. That's elementary school, middle school. But from Midwest City to Norman North to you going prep to now, did you ever think you was going to do all this from the Drake, Tech, Auburn? You've had a long journey, and so I just had to ask that.
Nah, bro. I definitely, and like I said, nothing's been handed to me, especially going through that prep year. I think I gave up. I definitely gave up on my full potential self. Like, I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I can do, and I know what type of person I am. So with that being said, I should be okay. But once prep came, I was like, I might as well just try to get into college somewhere and just try to hoop and be happy and just play basketball. But after that Drake year, talking to people I talked to in my circle was just like, NBA's still there. Everything you want is still right in front of you if you approach it the right way. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, I'm not the political guy, so it's not going to be what it looks like for everybody else, but it can still be the same thing. So, yeah, I definitely forgot about it, though, through that time.
Well, I want to say this. Okay, well, you have the makeup to be an NBA. Clearly, I'm not even.
Appreciate that.
I'm
man.
not glazing, as what people will say on social. I'm not. I mean, from a watching basketball and being around basketball and knowing what's going on, Kevin Overton will be in the NBA. And I'm happy to say that because you're going to join the rest of all the Oklahoma guys that are playing right now. You know, with Sean Trey.
Sean Trey, yeah, it's good to see.
You know, Anthony Pritchard, Bryson. We got a lot
that
of
was
dudes.
crazy. Facts. AP snuck in there. I'm like, go ahead then, AP. Yeah.
Well, you're next. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That, you know, love those dudes, but you're next too. And I just had to say that to you. But I'm no like you. I like how you focus. It is a big year, so going in for you. You know, and you guys played OU this year, or no?
We play. We go. They come to us this year because we went there last year or this past year. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize you dropped 26 when you came down Norman. You had yourself a game. That's why you wish the crowd was packed, Jamin. That's why he was saying that, because he was hoping to have that with everybody there. But no, do y'all play Vanderbilt this year?
You do at Vanderbilt. Yep.
Oh, so you'll see T.O. Okay. There's a little Oklahoma matchup right
there. I seen him at Mizzou. This past year. He's solid too. Good to see T.O. He bumping. Composed guard. One of the good composed guards in college right now, for sure.
He's a big guard. He's like he's growing still. He's not. I saw him a couple months ago when he's here. I don't think he's gone. He stopped growing since he's left high school. But no,
for real? Okay, I gotta see him then.
No, he was. Yeah, he came to the showcase, our Super Prep showcase, and he seemed taller than about 6'4". I know his hair is puffed. You know, he has a big fro, but he seemed. Yeah. You know, I'm not a big guy either, so I can't gauge all the time. Sometimes I think 6'4" or 6'6". So I mean.
Nah, I'm around 6'1", 6'2". When he sat by us, I said, "Yeah, it's different right here."
Yeah, so no, but no, Kay, we're not gonna keep you. We appreciate you for coming on, and I'm gonna keep in touch. And who's your biggest game this year, in your opinion? Before I let you go,
biggest game. Comfort-wise, I'm gonna go Texas. Yeah. Oh, you said biggest game this coming year or biggest game last year?
This coming year. Upcoming.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about games. My biggest game last year, yeah. But this coming year, I'm gonna go AZ at the crib.
Arizona at the crib.
I've lost to Arizona, 3 times in a row. I'm pretty sure. Arizona at the crib, I think we got. Yeah. I don't know if that's been announced yet though. Hold on.
No, I did. Y'all schedule did come out. That's one of the first articles you see.
We good.
AZ at the crib. Is the rankings out? Preseason rankings out? They are?
I don't think so.
They just played in the national championship too.
I mean, both. I mean, they're going to be ranked because they just won NIT.
Yeah, the returning talent.
Huh? They're not going to rank.
You're right. They might give us some. I don't think so. Based on where we ended, though, I don't think they'll give us nothing.
Shoot, Kevin gonna make me come out there for Arizona and Auburn. I'm serious. Packed at the.
Pull up, bro. Hit me up. Let me know. You gotta let me know early, obviously, but let me know.
What's the date of that?
Yeah. That'll probably be in November. In November or December.
Yeah, I'll figure that out because I might. Yeah, Auburn.
We need to coordinate that too.
You come too, Jamie. We all going. Whole team, Super Prep team's gonna come down. We can do a show from Auburn.
Super Prep. Feel me? Let's do it.
Look, I'm John James down. I'm down. I gotta get the rest of the team involved there. I think I might get Mr. Perry to come out there too. Big KP come out there. Come and walk.
Everybody, let's do it.
No, but no, I'm serious. But Kay, we'll talk about that later offline. But I'm gonna let you go. I know it's getting late. I gotta give a shout out to your mom. You know, love your mom. and she loves you. I just want to let you know that she loves you, and appreciate you for coming on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all boys, man. Good to see y'all. All love, man.
All right,
Likewise, bro.
Kevin Overton, ladies and gentlemen. That was a good show, Jamin. KO gave us a lot of information. So did Bryson. So did my guy Cash. What'd you take from that show?
I think it was a great show because every guy has something to talk about in their future. Cash talking about going D1, then Bryson talking about going to the next level, and then of course KO talking about the league because he's a senior. So it's just 3 guys you really need to watch out for. Watch them this upcoming season and prepare for them to play more.
No, yeah. And it was funny. We were talking about off air. We think Bryson Brown's also talking about going to the NFL a little bit. How he was talking in tongue. He was talking about OSU, but he was talking about the NFL is what we kind of peeped on.
But you got to talk about it if you want it to happen. You got to make it a reality
into existence. Excuse me. But no, yeah. Arizona Auburn prep show. Arizona.
I'm down, man. I want to see Arizona too. They got a legendary coach coming off that national championship. Auburn and watching Patterson and KO. I think it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that is gonna be nice. Arizona at home. I don't know why that's catching me off guard right now. Is it
because they're a blue blood
is
too?
That
yeah, Big 12.
Is that Big 12 SEC challenge? That has to be.
It should be if it's not. But you know how they do those early season matchups. I bet you it is. They get the home court advantage just from what they've been able to do.
Well, KO just text me, but let me know. I'll get y'all here for sure. So
it's on.
It's on then. Oklahoma City, thank you for tuning in. Next Thursday, we will have is that Big 12 SEC challenge? That has to be.
It should be if it's not. But you know how they do those early season matchups. I bet you it is. They get the home court advantage just from what they've been able to do.
Well, KO just text me, but let me know. I'll get y'all here for sure. So
it's on.
It's on then. Oklahoma City, thank you for tuning in.